Wake Up with Tina Marks is brought to you by La Quinta Cliff House Grill and Bar and Pacifica. Seafood is our passion.
Throughout my life, I found that there was a lot of products, services, and professionals that I was not familiar with. I realized that not having been aware of these opportunities, I was missing out on improving my life in so many ways. I have made it my mission to search out what I feel is the best products, services, and professionals available. Each week, I will interview 3 to 4 different guests who will be discussing their products and services and why they are so beneficial to your life. And welcome to Wake Up with Tina Marks. I'm Tina Marks, your host, and I'm here with Craig Michaels
Yes,
from TV
sir.
Weekly.
How are
Sir,
you?
do I look like a sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. How about miss?
Miss Tina Marks, ladies and gentlemen.
Miss. Ma'am is like, you've
I
gone
think she's
over
single.
that certain age when people are calling you ma'am.
You look good at any age, honey.
Thank you.
No matter how old you are.
I like it.
Thank you. Is that better?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yes, I'll take it.
Did I redeem myself?
You did.
All right, let's help out United Way of the Desert. They have their big gala coming up this weekend on Friday.
Oh, fantastic. Where is
at
that?
the Ritz-Carlton.
I love the Ritz.
6 o'clock. It has a James Bond theme.
Ooh.
Shaken, not stirred.
Oh, okay.
Monday
Are you
Penny.
gonna be attending that?
I will probably more than likely
Is
not
it
be
dinner?
attending that,
It's a-
but it is a dinner and silent auction,
Silent
and it's the
auction.
biggest fundraiser they have of the year. Last year they raised $160,000.
Oh my gosh, it's such a great cause.
That's some serious money. Great cause. They have programs which help break the cycle of poverty here in the Valley, and many others. So it's a great charity. United Way of the Desert Gala this Friday. If you want to check that out. Saturday we're going to get healthy.
Okay.
Passport to Health.
You
hear about this one?
Didn't they do this last year?
I think it's an annual event for sure, and it happens in Cathedral City. It's going to be in downtown area there in Cathedral City where they have all the events in front of City Hall.
Okay.
It starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and goes till 11 at night. So it's a health fair.
Okay.
And then at night they have a Glow 5K. So it's a 5K run where people roll all kinds of Glow stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, kinda neat.
So they're going to be running in the streets at
They'll
night?
be doing a 5K, and I'm sure they're going to have a course blocked off somewhere there
think
downtown.
there'd be a huge lake.
And remember DJ Super James who was on the show recently?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he's going to be DJing the after party
Oh,
for
nice.
the race.
Oh, cool. So there's going to be dancing and
3 to 11 downtown, and now they say this is a way for the
Is there
community.
tickets or?
The health fair is free.
Free, okay.
Nominal fee for the 5K run.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
How about some jazz?
Love jazz.
Yeah, so do I.
Where are they? Who's
Desert
playing?
Lexus Jazz Festival.
Oh,
It's
okay.
going on this Saturday.
Where is that?
India Wells Tennis Garden.
Really?
Yeah, I love that venue.
Is that a new?
You know where they have the tennis tournament every
No,
year.
I know. I remember the art fair. They have the art fair.
The
after
Lexus
the
Jazz
tennis.
Festival, every year they have it.
They do. So how many artists are going to be playing?
Brian Culbertson will
Yes.
headline, along
Okay.
with Mindy Abair.
I love her.
Yes.
My brother turned me on to her.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So it's going to be in one of
On the main stadium.
On the main.
Yeah, and on the court.
Yes.
They make it into a concert. You know,
Okay.
they had the Eagles there. They've got lots of
Yeah,
concerts they've had there in the
absolutely.
past.
And it's such a great place for that.
Awesome
They don't
venue.
utilize that nearly enough. So
I agree.
Mindy Abair and who else?
And opening up will be the Bone Shakers.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of
I've never heard of them either. So maybe that's a reason to go.
that. Exactly. Now, how much are the tickets?
That's a good question.
I knew I'd
There's
get
always
you.
the CB Weekly, as always my standard answer, and Google if you can't find it there.
And what time does that start?
It starts at 5:30.
Oh,
I do know
5:30.
that.
Okay, good.
And it's presented by the city of Indian Wells.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and of
Perfect.
course, I believe my good friend Jim Fitzgerald Fitz is also involved with this. He's
I love
he's
him.
a big jazz fan. I
him.
love Jim
yeah,
Fitzgerald.
He's great.
Yeah,
Yo,
Jimmy
so
Fitz.
He's part of it.
Yeah,
There?
he's
He can be there?
promoting it as well.
Okay, good. Fantastic.
Big when it comes to jazz, Jimmy
Yeah,
Fitz.
yeah, he is.
And one of
I love
my
his
favorite
sensation.
outdoor venues is back. What do you think of when I say a great place to see tribute bands outside?
Oh,
you think
Rock Garden.
rock what?
Garden?
Oh, she was so
So
close.
good. Rock Yard.
Yes.
Ah, yay.
But I have to take your
You know
friend's
what?
answer.
And
I'm
that's
sorry.
not- I've never
I can't-
been there. I've only heard of it, so that's
Well, it
pretty
come out
good.
this Saturday.
Okay.
Because
so
they
is it
have
always tribute bands? or-
Always tribute bands.
Always tribute bands. Who's playing this Saturday?
Queen Nation.
Queen Nation.
It's a Queen tribute band.
I kind of got that.
Well, I just
Kinda got that.
you never know. It starts at 7:30.
Oh, fantastic.
Rock Yard outside. It is one of my favorite outdoor venues. and
It
they have
is. Well,
great
I gotta
tribute
go.
bands. Now we're going to play some trivia,
Okay.
and we'll see how you do. He's a solo artist whose hits include, and this is a pretty easy one: "When a Man Loves a Woman," "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You," and "Soul Provider." There's three big hits right there.
Oh, God.
When a Man Loves a Woman, How Am I Supposed to Live Without
Oh,
You,
the guy's voice.
and Soul
Otis
Provider.
Redding.
Used to have long hair. Now he's got short hair. Plays in all the golf tournaments all the time out here.
Michael Bolton. Bolton.
There it is. See, she cheated on that one. I thought you were going to get that one. Yes, it was Michael Bolton.
Yeah.
8 o'clock showtime.
Okay.
But I have to close by saying Happy Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, the Sunday's
Thank
Mother's
you.
Day.
I know.
So Happy Mother's Day
I
to you,
can't
because you've
believe-
got a beautiful son,
I do.
right?
I have a
What's his
beautiful
name?
son. His name is Morgan.
Morgan.
And he got driven
Nice.
to school in a Ferrari this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to be Morgan. Can I be your son?
Exactly. Coming up, we have a great guest.
All right.
Investors still worry about Wall Street's integrity, with brokers making a lot of money from selling their firm's own financial products. But whose interests are they actually serving? At Hightower Palm Desert, we deliver independent fiduciary investment advice right here in the Coachella Valley. We don't manufacture or carry financial products. Instead, we're aligned with our clients to help ensure their ultimate financial success. Call us today to learn how Hightower manages wealth to a higher standard. Hightower, an unobstructed view.
And we're back with one of our featured guests today, Sean Isaac. He is a musician, he is an actor, he has been on many shows that you would know, The Hills. You just completed one on ABC Family, correct?
Yep,
and
that's
it's
right.
called Startup?
Yep, Startup You.
Right?
That's right,
Startup
yeah,
You,
Startup You,
okay.
yeah.
And that's a reality show.
Yep.
And tell us a little bit about that show.
For sure. So Startup You is a 12 episode series, and it basically followed my life living in Silicon Valley with billionaire Tim Draper. So Tim Draper's dad basically started Silicon Valley, you could say.
Okay.
And so Tim Draper's invested in stuff you've heard of, like Skype, AOL, things like that.
I've
I don't know if you've heard of it.
Small
So,
things.
small stuff.
familiar names there.
So the show just followed my life, building my business, my music career, wearing my different hats. So I did that, and it just finished airing.
And how did they find you? Did you find them? How did you get to
It was
be on
kind
that?
of a mixture of both. I run in the same circles of some production companies, and I've done some shows on MTV.
Okay.
So a lot of these companies had heard about me, and then we started talking, and then they casted me for the show.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So that must have been a great experience.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun because all the other shows I had done, a lot of them were one-offs on MTV. Some were a series, but this was
what does one-offs mean?
One-offs means like one episode. Like I was on True Life on MTV.
Okay.
And it was a 1 hour episode, but
Yes.
it was just one episode.
Oh, one episode.
So
Okay,
it didn't follow me for 12 different episodes.
Okay. And how long have you been a musician? Since you were little? Or?
I've been seriously, I've always loved music, but I've been seriously pursuing it since I was like 17.
What do
17.
you play an instrument?
Yeah, I started off playing the piano, and I started off doing like classical music, which no one would guess.
Interesting.
But I don't do that anymore.
No.
But it gave a good foundation.
And I hear you
Nice,
just cut an album with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I just
That's
did
big.
an album with Snoop Dogg and DJ Mustard.
Leave your mind, bring your body, bring your body, bring your body, leave your mind, bring your body, bring your body, bring your body.
Run, girl, I'm tryna get that body wet. Work that, let me see you drip sweat. Got that fire, got that flame, put that on my set. Put you on Marvin Gaye and that key sweat. I'm from the 7th side. Dudes know I'm paid from the wrist, right? City on my back like the Dark Knight. And haters know I thrive in the limelight. Shout out to big homie Snoop. West Coast innocent, you know how we do. I get off every time that I'm in the booth. Snoop passed me the rock in the alley.
And you're an actor as well?
Yeah,
So you're pursuing both?
yeah, doing both,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, they all kind of go hand in hand. Business, acting, music,
Yeah,
trying to do the whole
entertainment.
Jay-Z thing, So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And so do you live down here in the desert? Did I hear that correct?
Yeah, so I was living in Silicon Valley the last 3 months when we were filming the show.
Okay.
I just moved back down here because I have some roots here. Like I said, I was a former city commissioner for Rancho Mirage. I was on the board for the YMCA out here.
Yeah.
And I
In all
run
his spare time.
Yeah.
No, not
in some of my time.
You
But
must be single.
I'm vice president for a company out here called GraphTech. So we're a marketing and web development company.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
So you
familiar
do
with
that too?
Yeah.
so I do that.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. So how many, are you going to be going on tour with this album? Or
Yeah, so
tell us about the album a little
I've
bit.
put out some music in the past before with some other notable names, and they've gotten millions of views, and it's been picked up on radios. But this is my first full-length project, so
Yeah.
it's 21 songs. It's called Game 7. It's available everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, Pandora. The best place to check it out though is on Vivo on YouTube. So Vivo.
Yeah, what is, I see that a lot.
Yeah.
Vivo, what is that?
Yeah.
Is that just a,
So Vivo is basically a platform on YouTube. You can think of it kind of like.
It's kind of like YouTube, basically.
Yeah, it's like YouTube, but it's almost like it's like the Ravel of Clancy Lane, So it's the like that drop there. So it's
Yeah.
it's like a
we're in
so yeah,
the
marketing.
new model.
Marketing's
right?
coming out, yeah. So they're gonna hook me up with a home after this. So, it's like an enclave within YouTube that's for more like verified artists. So Twitter, you can get the blue check mark.
Yes.
So I have that because I'm a musician. I'm verified. I was on TV and stuff. So they gave that to me. So on YouTube, if you're like a artist that's signed to like a major label,
Okay.
they'll give you a Vivo account, and you can monetize it more. So a regular artist might not make as much on YouTube, but on Vivo, I get paid like way more for my views.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's
That's
good for me,
fantastic. Now,
so.
is there any place where we could see you live? Anything coming up?
Yeah, so I mean, I've done a bunch of shows recently. BB Engel, who's the second biggest promoter out here besides
Of course,
Golden Voice.
everybody knows
I,
BB.
Everyone knows BB.
Yeah, I headlined his New Year's show at the Hard Rock.
Okay.
So I did that, and then I headlined Costa's show at on Halloween
Okay.
at the Marriott. And I have a bunch of shows here and there. They're like just around the place. It's hard with everything I do to like schedule an actual like 4-month tour
Yes.
and go around. So what I do is on the weekends I'll go and do like 2-3 shows. But my next show's in Nebraska, so it's random.
Nebraska.
Super random.
That is random.
They wanted some Sean Isaac in Nebraska, so
okay.
here I
I'm
come.
gonna have to listen to your stuff.
Yeah.
I have to admit,
No,
I
I'm-
haven't had a chance to check it out, and I'm been curious about the track you did with Snoop Dogg. What's the name of that one?
It's called Leave Your Mind, and it's
Leave
cool
Your Mind.
because we've only been promoting it for a few days now, and it's already at 150,000 views.
Oh my gosh,
In a
that's
few days,
fantastic.
so,
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we should get Steve to play that at the end of the show, right, for credits.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think that's a good idea.
I think
That'd be
that's
great.
great.
That'd be
coming
great.
up.
That'd be great.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you. Thanks for coming
Thanks for
on.
having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
sure.
All right. Thanks, man.
Awesome.
All right.
And we're here with Robert Shine from Hightower, and today we're going to be talking about how we can save you money.
The average American has more than 10 banking and financial relationships.
Okay.
Okay, that means your
Okay.
monthly statement, you have, investment accounts, you have old 401ks, old 403bs.
Right.
You also have retirement accounts and several different, especially if you change jobs. Oftentimes you change the job, you set up everything at your new employer, but you forget about the old 401k, if you will.
Right.
You might think it's small, right? But the banks and the financial institutions think it's just right. And the reason why is they don't die of an enlarged heart. Why? Because they charge monthly fees.
Yes.
Some of them are annual, some of them are monthly. And if you're below the minimum balance on, let's say, just a banking relationship, your checking and
Yes.
so on and so forth, and most banks send you that monthly or annual statement that, no, I don't read. I know probably we all don't
No.
read. And it says, oh, by the way, if you don't have that monthly minimum, then we're going to start chipping away.
Yes.
So one of the things I would recommend is what we do for our clients is just consolidate and organize and simplify their financial life. So oftentimes we'll see people walk in the door and say, here's my financial life in a big box. And we say, easy, perfect, that's what we do. And we consolidate it for them. Now, if you don't want to see a financial professional, which is perfectly all right, and just do it one at a time at your house, just consolidate your financial life so that it's organized, simplified, and you're also saving on fees by consolidating to taking a little, making it a lot in terms of one relationship.
You see, exactly. So instead of having 10 small accounts where you're getting charged a monthly fee,
Oh, yeah.
consolidate them into, put the money together, so to speak.
Yeah, so if you have 401ks,
Yes.
you can have it into an IRA.
Right.
If you have 3 or 4 401ks, roll them over,
Right.
tax-deferred rollover into one IRA, and those 3 balances could add up to a
I
significant
didn't know that
balance.
you could put 401ks together.
So yeah, when you
Different-
leave a job,
Okay.
and it's a 401k, 403b, or any other type of retirement employer setup program, you have access. As soon as you leave, you can roll that in. You can take it to your next employer, which we don't recommend
Okay.
because the options are limited in terms of what you can invest in, and fees are traditionally higher. Or you take control of your financial
Wait,
life and you
can
put it
you-
in an IRA.
Can you roll the 401 into an IRA? You said because I thought
Your
I saw it's a little bit-
401k you can roll into an IRA, individual
Oh,
retirement account.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Then you also want to look at the Roth as well, but if you make that conversion, there's a taxable event, so you got to be careful.
Okay.
But there's a lot of options. There's a lot of financial options out
Right.
there.
There's a lot of hidden costs, is what
Yeah.
you're seeing. There's a lot of hidden costs that eventually is going to take its toll on your financial future. Well, thank you so much. That's wonderful news.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful news. So you really, again, you have to do your due diligence, and instead of you doing it, you can have Robert do it, and that's
give me a call.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, great. And we're back with our featured guest, one of our featured guests, and you have seen her from our show, Bronwyn Eisen from Evolve Yoga. Welcome, Bronwyn. You look beautiful as always.
Thank you, as you.
Oh, thank you.
It's always good to see you and great
Yes.
to be back on,
Yeah.
of course. So it's
Okay, so we're
fantastic.
going to be talking about your yoga studio, Evolve Yoga. Now, it was voted the best yoga studio in the Coachella Valley by CV Weekly, correct?
Yes, it was.
That's quite an honor.
It is.
And
it
you-
was a really pleasant surprise.
That's
it was great.
And now you've been open how long?
I've been open just about 3.5 years.
3.5 years. Okay.
Yes.
And let's talk about some of the benefits of yoga, because obviously, aesthetically, it definitely works. I really need to get.
Thanks, Tina.
Yeah, definitely. Aesthetically, it works, but it's so much deeper. It's like it's so much deeper than just the physical practice, right? But some of the benefits are what for physically.
Some of the benefits physically is that you are sustaining your own body weight. So you can use props to assist, but you're not using the props to help you necessarily build muscle.
Okay.
So you can utilize props. Some styles of yoga do. My studio, we do offer props to those who may need them. But as far as the physical benefit of it, you truly are, you can sculpt your own body with yoga, because you're doing so many different poses that your muscles, all of the muscle groups are able to work. Some styles of yoga, it's the same routine, and so you're only using those muscle groups, which is fine because some people really like the benefits of what they're getting from those styles of yoga. But I am a vinyasa.
Are you talking about the Bikram?
There's Bikram, there's
That's the
Ashtanga. They're
same
all fabulous
Yes.
practices.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
I've done so many different styles, and then I went, oh, okay.
And
you know
which
what?
one resonates with you?
Vinyasa.
The vinyasa.
Yeah, vinyasa means synchronized movement
Yes.
with breath.
Yes.
So you're flowing from one
That's right.
pose to the next. And the class is different every time. There's no set routine. Where we store the most tension and stress, you would think it may be your shoulders and your neck. And really, it's through the hips. So I refer
I was going to say gut area.
Yeah,
Yes.
to the hips.
Okay.
As a junk drawer.
Yes.
And when you come in and you do hip openers, it's like you're releasing the junk. You are
Interesting.
clearing out your junk drawer. When I was going through a really hard time in my life, probably, a decade ago now, it was really the only place that I could find my breath. Mm-hmm. Because
Yes.
the breathing aspect of the practice is
There is
essential.
something to be said. Yeah.
It's so important. It's like the entire practice. So who cares what your pose looks like?
Yes.
It's about how you feel there. You're breathing. You're releasing.
Because most of us, I understand, have a very shallow breath, correct? And
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
We are
We're not-
short and
we're not
shallow,
we're not
holding our
breathing
breath
nearly as deeply
all
as we,
day long.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. So we use a
Literally
style-
holding
yes,
our breath.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
And so we use a style of breathing called Ujjayi breath.
Mm-hmm.
And Ujjayi breath are these long inhales and exhales, and you're doing it in through your nose and out through your nose versus in through your nose and out through your mouth.
Out
Like
through your mouth,
most
right.
disciplines are like that. So it helps
Why
to
is
clear
it?
the
What it-
sinus
oh, that's what it
passage.
does. Okay.
It also exercises the lungs in a different way than the inhale through the nose, out through the mouth.
I do CrossFit, but again, that's all about tensing
It's a
up
really
and-
good modality
Yes,
because there are so many different modalities.
Exactly.
And then there are so many different styles of yoga.
Yeah, and I'm going to incorporate because these other, my CrossFit class is great for strength training and everything, but it also, I'm very, very tight now. And
Oh,
so I
yeah.
do
Most
need the
people are
opening,
very,
yeah.
very balanced. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. And I'm kind of the opposite where I need to go and do more weightlifting.
yeah.
So
It's
I
all
really
about the balance.
advocate
Yeah.
cross training. So,
Yes,
do
that's-
your hikes, do your weights, do your swimming, do your cycling, incorporate yoga. And, when people keep saying, I don't have time, I don't have
Yeah,
time to
no,
do
you
it,
have to
need to
create
make
it.
it like
You
an
have to create it.
appointment.
Yes.
And then a lot of times, too, people are like, I'm not flexible. I can't do that. Well, you know what? You're going to continue to be inflexible if you
I
don't
know.
start doing
and
something
you know what?
about
You're
it.
talking to the person. I'm doing it. Okay,
All right.
I just said it on camera. I am going to take a yoga class.
And then
by
Steve
next
can
week.
come in
Yeah.
and do video, and then we'll actually have documentation.
There
of
we
it. And
go.
then there you go.
Okay. Is that good, Steve? You'll film me, and I'll be like the only person that can't touch their toes.
No, but you know what? You're athletic already, so you'll be fine.
It is. I will say it is probably the most challenging sport practice for me because I am so.
Well, and people
not
who are like really, wound up and have high energy like you do. No, not like you, Tina, at all, or like me. I mean, I'm the same way. So it's that place where I can really find myself to be grounded.
Yes.
So it is really, really good for people who are really,
It is.
wound up all the time and go here, go there, and
I don't know
and then
what
you,
she's talking
you
about.
just slow it down a little bit. But you
Yes.
can enter into a more challenging class. I mean,
Yes.
you come in and I'll kick your fanny.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay?
hold you to that.
I-
Okay?
I will, I
All
will.
right. Well, it's so good having you back.
Oh,
so great
it's so
seeing you
good to
sparkling.
be on. Oh, thanks.
All their information's on the bottom of the screen. Come see Bronwyn down at Evolve Yoga in La Quinta. And we've come to our health section of the show. We're back with Amanda Backner from Your Body Code and a very, very special guest, Dolores Barrett. Dolores came to me through Amanda. You two met, tell us, how many years ago did you meet?
Probably about
3 years ago.
3+.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little over 3 years ago.
Okay, and you were diagnosed with breast cancer,
I was
correct?
diagnosed with breast cancer.
Okay, and what was recommended you
It was
do?
recommended I have a lumpectomy at the time.
Lumpectomy, yes.
And then following the lumpectomy, they wanted to do possibly another surgery, remove the breast.
Actually, remove both or?
Well, he
or-
said one, we can do both.
Okay, all
Like
right.
it wasn't nothing.
Right, like,
And then he also wanted chemo and radiation,
both.
both.
Yes. This is very similar to my story because for those of you who don't know, I was diagnosed with breast cancer and I was recommended to have the not chemo, but radiation, and then follow up with a drug called tamoxifen, and it did not feel right to me. So I started doing some research, and it sounds similar to your story,
I did
correct?
the same. I
You
started
did.
looking for other alternatives and doing research and reading and talking to people.
Okay.
And then a friend recommended Amanda.
Okay.
And even at that time, I was like, what should I do, you know?
Yes.
And,
Yeah, she was very nervous when she came in.
I didn't
Oh, I'm
know-
sure.
It's a big decision. I didn't know which
It
way
is.
to go with it. You know?
And a lot of people probably thought you're crazy for not doing what the
Yes,
doctor says,
and
because
they'll-
I got that a lot too.
And they're going to tell you what you should do.
Yes, and you come into her life, and what do?
Well, basically, I look at whoever comes in with whatever type of cancer they have.
Yes.
They're not all treated the same. And I tell people it's all about balance.
Okay.
It's not all about calories.
Yes.
And it's putting the correct balance of nutrient back into the body so the body can then take that nutrient and heal the disease. The body is an amazing tool if you just give it what it needs. And I also tell people that 50% is our belief in God or our higher power and
Yes,
our positive
absolutely.
attitude, and
Yep.
the other 50% is what we put in our mouths.
Because your thoughts are things.
Absolutely.
And
If
whatever
you
your
think
beliefs-
you're not going to get well, you probably won't.
probably
But if you
not gonna
say,
get-
I'm going to get well and I'm doing everything possible, and you put that energy out there and
Yes.
you do visualization and you see your body healing, trust me.
So when you say that you don't treat all cancers the same, would you say you don't
Well,
treat
because for
breast
example,
cancer
if
the
somebody
same
came
way-
in and had prostate cancer,
Yes.
I would have to put a little fish in their diet. If someone comes in with breast cancer, believe it or not, they need a little organic soy, not a lot, because that will feed it. So she knew what to eat for breakfast, snacks, lunch, snacks, all the way through her day.
Exactly what to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so she would do the exact portion, the exact foods, and, you know, she also went
And
through
what about
different
exercise? Were you
techniques.
Oh,
exercising?
yes, I was exercising. I still exercise.
I think that's very, very important.
Right.
That's
Well, in fact,
fantastic.
last year, she hiked the China Wall.
Fantastic, congratulations. So how many years are you cancer-free now?
3.
3 years, without any radiation,
Right.
without any drugs, and without any chemotherapy.
Right, just the diet.
Just the diet.
Just the
Okay,
diet.
so you know what? As we were talking before the show, it's about healing the body from the inside out. And
Absolutely.
then the thing with chemo, and I'm not an expert here, and I'm not a doctor. I made my own choice, but I believe the chemo and the radiation, maybe they kill the cancer. But we were even talking about that a little bit. That's going to be another show. But before you start maybe the radiation and the chemo, you might want to call Amanda and have a conversation and at least try these things first.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, your body's an amazing machine. If you give it the right tools,
Yes.
it can fix and heal. Dell now does a 75-25.
Yes.
So while you have the disease or whatever it is you're trying to fix, you get rid of everything that's a problem.
Right.
And then you put back in what your body needs.
Exactly,
Once
exactly.
it's fixed and healed and you've been cancer-free, then you can put in a little bit of those other things. So she might occasionally have a cup of coffee, or she might occasionally have, you know, a piece of red meat, or she might have a yogurt,
Yes,
or she might.
exactly.
But there's goat products, there's sheep products that she now enjoys more so than what she was doing
you
before.
retrain your
You
palate.
do.
Absolutely, it takes time,
So-
but you know what? Then you're probably not even craving the foods that you used to eat.
The coffee smell still gets me.
The coffees, yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, and you
Thank
are such
you.
an inspiration. And I am so glad that you listened to your internal voice and found Amanda.
I am too. I'm delighted.
Well, thanks. And we're in our real estate section with Kenny Jervis from Windermere Liascau Partners. So nice to have you here.
Thank you for having
We are
me.
going to be talking about one of your listings.
Correct.
This area is called the Tennis Club, now,
Correct,
right?
correct.
And this is like a really hot area now?
Yeah, it's on fire right now. There's lots of new construction going in. We've got a couple several new big homes going in that are closing in $2.5 to $3 million range.
Really?
And then the featured listing that I have today is at 575 South Fern Canyon.
Okay.
And it features 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, pool, spa, Great Bones property with amazing views off the front, down valley, the rear of the mountain. It's an older home, but it built in the 70s. But it is one of those ones where it sits. I can always say, you can't change anything about a house but where it sits.
Yes, exactly.
And where this house sits is amazing. It's got just both views, which is very difficult to get up there.
It really is. Is it a good sized lot too?
About a 14,000-foot lot, 3,300 square feet.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's just...
Because nowadays, in the new constructions I'm seeing, that's all house, and then you walk outside and you trip right into your pool.
Correct.
Because
Yeah,
there's
no, this has beautiful, it's probably got 3,000 square feet of deck space around it in the front and back.
Fantastic. Sounds great for entertaining. You may want to take a look at this home. Either way, you want to call Kenny for any of your real estate needs. You're strictly in Palm Springs, correct?
I work the whole valley.
You work the whole valley.
Yeah, Palm Springs is really specialized because I live there and work there and have a ball there. It's so much fun there.
Well, fantastic. Great having you on.
All right,
great meeting you.
All right, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. And we're at our emotional well-being section of the show, which is always something that is fascinating to me. And I love talking to you about this because, you know, we resonate so much with the way we think about things.
Absolutely.
This is Valana Wynn. So let's say you're going into a family situation,
Right.
and you are going to be expecting it to go down a certain way, and because you've been there before, we've been around our family, and something triggers. Something triggers,
Right.
and we get, which I call an emotional charge.
Absolutely.
And we've been in that situation before. And have you ever had that? And you're
Yes,
going, why
absolutely.
am I still getting a charge out of this? I should know better.
Absolutely. I was just telling my husband, and I said, you know, I've done all of this work, and it still gets me.
Yeah.
And when you least expect it, it's going to show up in a completely different outfit and a completely different person. And they're going to say one thing that takes you back to being 12 years old sometimes.
Yes, exactly. It just even happened this morning. It was a situation. It's like, I know better because this person, you know, I know people don't change really. I mean, so it's like it's up to me to view this situation knowing that this is the way it goes down. So it's either I can pull back and take a step back instead of getting my feelings hurt or whatever it is and say that's the way that they are.
Absolutely. It's always going to come back to how you want to feel in the situation, and especially with family and loved ones. It's really, really tough because it's such deep core stuff that gets kicked up. I can choose to fight, or I can choose to be in love, or I can choose to be distant. All of it's okay.
And I can choose to be open. That's the whole thing. Go in there open, not with any kind of preconceived feelings, because like if you are attached to the outcome, and I write this in my second book, the book on relationships, and to me, into you and me, I say, most of the time you are going to be disappointed if you're so strongly attached to an outcome, because most times it doesn't go down the way you think it's going to go down.
Absolutely.
Then you're resisting, and we've talked about.
Well, then you're right back in ego stuff that keeps you trapped. So flow with it, folks.
Yes, exactly. That's the point. Go with the flow, and that's our
Absolutely.
message for today.
Thanks for watching Wake Up with Tina Marks. Craig's hair is done by Charlie Yeoman. Tina's hair is done by Haggy at J. Russell Salon.
Soon as my money right, all the haters wanna act real nice. Got me thinking that's real funny, right? But my wallet got me sitting at the perfect height. Oh, girl, you got that spot. Get a little buzz. Now you all love.